Hey, it's time for Pitt to say the line.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Men Behind the Curtain, the podcast about everything and nothing all at once. I am Pitt,
And I'm Eli. How's it going, y'all?
and I hope
Before,
everybody's surviving this daylight savings times change because it's totally fucked my week.
yeah, it was really wild today. One thing I do want to mention before we dive into anything, I would like to remind y'all that we are now less than 30 days from the release of Valmont. Again, the plan is that I will be doing a listening party. I will be doing a live on my TikTok. If you don't follow me, you can go ahead and check me out. I guess I'll put a link in our description here. But I wanted to go ahead and just remind y'all that that is coming.
I will be there as well. Not like you care, but I will be there.
Also, so Cincinnati actually whooped ass today.
I wasn't paying attention. We're on a bye week, so
I was gonna ask if Pittsburgh was on a bye because I didn't see them listed.
yeah, we're on a bye. So we're on a bye, so I don't give a fuck about what's going on. Everybody can lose or tie.
Cincinnati beat the Raiders was my dad's team too. They beat the Raiders 41-24. That's an ass whooping.
Did they have the Chiefs refs?
And then the LA Chargers beat Cleveland 27-10, which
that's not surprising.
At this point, I'm not even that fucking pressed about it.
There's a guy going around TikTok. He's like, this is what the Browns need to do to win the conference and make it to the playoffs. And he's talking about, okay, first thing we need to do is we need to get like Andy Reid. Okay, we bring Andy Reid over. He starts going through this whole list of stupid shit that ain't no way in hell is going to fucking happen. But it's hilarious nonetheless.
I know a few weeks ago when they played Kansas City, me and you talked about this before, but we talked about it off camera. But, I see that they're playing Kansas City. I'm like, I'm just immediately, oh, they're fucked. And my wife is saying like, oh, you don't know, they could still win. I'm like, I guess you're right. Mahomes could get shot between now and then.
Travis Kelce could grow some more facial hair. Something could happen.
They did end up winning that game, though, which surprised the fuck out of me. But also, by the time that you all watch this, the election will be over. I am hoping that this is one of the last times that we really have any politics to speak of. However, if this goes the way that I would like it to go, I think I will do a scroll through True Social when we record next week because the meltdown will just be.
Oh yeah, I think honestly we'll probably grab a couple of those from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, throughout the entire week, and I don't know, we might just make a whole show over the comments that what they say on True Social. So we'll see. I know regardless of the outcome, because as we're recording, we don't know. We might do something to tag onto this later this week, to update a few things. But regardless of how it turns out, I'm sure we're going to get something that, is just going to be material from both sides.
In all likelihood. Speaking of that, it was funny. I actually managed to I managed to wake up and apparently I pissed someone off overnight. I woke up to a comment 4 hours old. They commented on a video from 2 fucking years ago. Like, I swear
I'm rewinding this. Like, you pissed somebody off. Wow, that's shocking. Secondly, they commented on a video from 2 years ago. That's just as shocking. It seems like the majority of your trolls can't read timestamps.
Honestly, the first thing that I saw was like I was commenting like I was in my garage and my hair was still long. I'm like, Jesus, and I have no idea how she came across this video. There were no recent tags, there was no no activity, nothing to push it. So I'm confused. But no, what was happening, like I stitched this dude who was talking about abortion, and he said that, well, funny that all the advocates are people who have had the luxury of already being born. And I'm like, first of all, I should have said this in the video. I didn't. First of all, yes, we've already been born. We already know it fucking sucks here. But what I did say, and what I will maintain, is that I would rather be born to somebody who could have aborted and chose not to, because that has them a better likelihood of a good childhood, as opposed to someone who did not want a child and was forced into motherhood, because that's probably how you get fucking child abuse, among other things. And
Yeah.
her comment was, "Oh, I guess being murdered is a better alternative." Like, honestly, yeah.
I don't know. A little bit of education for those out there that aren't aware of this. So we're going to start small. We're going to start from the beginning. Sperm can survive outside the human body for up to an hour. So even the pull-out method doesn't work because sperm can still enter into the canal and then make its way to, uh, the ovaries.
I learned the hard
Secondly,
way that method don't work.
Secondly, it can take sperm up to 5 to 7 days to actually make its way through the birth canal to then impregnate an ovary. So those who go against the medication that will prevent pregnancy from a mishap or whatnot, just because a guy comes inside you does not mean you're automatically fucking pregnant. You should already know this because the 20 million fucking times that you laid down with the 20 million fucking guys you haven't gotten pregnant. Same goes for the guys. Guess what? Fucking wrap it, okay? If you're not sterilized, fucking wrap it. That not only protects you from an unplanned pregnancy, but it also protects you from any STIs. Speaking as a former sex therapist, the majority of the individuals in this nation are undereducated as to the entire biology and the concept of sexual reproduction. But I digress. Just don't be fucking stupid.
Well, let me just rewind a little bit, because when you were talking about getting sterilized, in the unlikely event that one of my kids happens to listen to this, take your headphones out for the next 30 seconds. Getting fixed was the best decision ever, because now I can shoot up the club whenever the fuck I want.
I would say it was the best decision ever. However, my vasectomy did not go as pretty much planned. Yeah, no. Oh, since you cringed, we're gonna go into this. So, no, we're going into this, and the wife actually has pictures of this, so she sends it to guys who actually went, "Hey, why don't you show me something?" Yeah, here you go. There's my testicles after I got a vasectomy. So what had happened was, apparently I got really large nuts. Okay, and when the doctor went in, they could not get into the little section area. There wasn't enough space to actually, get to the vas deferens and sever it and whatnot. So they had to open the incision. It's about 2 inches. They had to open out and pull a testicle out of the scrotum to go in and do it, and then put the testicle back in and then stitch me back up. That was fun to learn. Also, because of the incision, you're supposed to wear like the tighty whities, the support ones, that kind of cradle, whatnot. Yeah, because it was still bleeding, it like stuck to the underwear. So it was like when I went to get in the shower, it was like, yeah.
What?
So there you go, visuals, people, visuals.
I remember what I was doing afterwards, which honestly, it only really hurt the day of and the day after. Beyond that, I was fine. But I had the idea, which apparently a lot of people have told me, like, "Oh, I wish I thought of this." So I wear boxer briefs, and I wore 2 pairs. The second pair was to hold the ice pack so that I could be hands free. And honestly, It was a great fucking idea.
The worst part was sleeping for me, just because of how I sleep. And I just could not get comfortable. And then the wife actually went online and actually found this really cool set of boxer briefs. It's from a brand called Separatech. No, they are not paying for any of this. I was just like you know, plug. I not so much plug them, but to say, hey, you make great underwear. They have a little section where it actually cradles the testicles, but in the little flap, it has like a little. It's not like an O-ring, but there's an opening where you can just pull your junk out and go to the bathroom. And I know what he's doing right now. He's looking up Separatech.
I am. That was graphic. It's a side profile that I was not asking for.
Plus, they make you look even more well endowed than what you could be.
And so, just to let y'all see it, this is not so graphic. That's not so bad.
No,
but
yeah,
I can see where that actually would be pretty comfortable.
Yeah. So the ones right there where it says 4 days, ago, the gray, black, and red. Yeah, I've got about 8, 9 pair of those. Really nice.
Okay. That's
and
not
and we are in no way getting paid by Separatech for this. So
I would, although as you've said before, obviously would not mind a sponsor. So if y'all need a plug, feel free to hit us up.
Sponsors would be great. Because I could definitely use more underwear. And a few other things.
I know the one. So I really have. God, I don't even know why I'm getting into this. I have 2 different types that I wear. I wear the Reeboks for mostly gym time because that has a long leg, and that way when I'm running, treadmill or whatever, my thighs are not fucking rubbing together because that fucking hurts after a while.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones that I have, so those are the Reebok ones, and I like them. The other ones, I don't remember the brand, but they're basically mesh. It's all mesh. And I'm like, I feel like this is why women like to wear lace. I feel like this is a similar feeling.
I'm sure they make lace men's underwear as well. I mean,
I'm sure they do, but I'm not going to go looking for them.
Yeah, but I know what you mean about the Reeboks, because I actually have a pair of the Reebok compression underwear that I used to wear for the obstacle course racing, when I was out doing Spartan or whatnot, and it was just they were phenomenal for those races.
They're great, and some of them damn near come down to my knee, which I didn't need that much, but I mean, okay, cool.
Hey, if you get a full length one, you can go out as a superhero.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what kind of superhero I would be. I would be an annoying one. No, what you reminded me of it. I know the Chappelle catches a lot of shit because of some of the anti-trans stuff that he said, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but you made me think of a bit that he was doing. He was at some red carpet event. Somebody asked him about a project. He didn't have a project, but he made one up. He pretended he did, and he said he was doing a superhero movie, but it was a gay superhero, and gay people typically are more fashionable. So this guy kept changing his outfit. And because he kept changing his outfit, nobody ever fucking recognized him. So his tagline was always same hero, new boots, or some shit like that.
It's reminds me of the SNL bit, the ambiguously gay duo. With Gary and Ace. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move right into the catastrophe here.
Alrighty.
By the way, the cat that the grab bag is modeled after has been a dick all fucking week. I was trying to take a drink of coffee earlier, and all of a sudden he turned and tail, boom, right in the mouth, right into the coffee as I was trying to take a sip. It's dude.
Duke has this really weird thing where he'll sit there First off, most of the time he likes to just be in your company. He doesn't actually need scratches and affection. But when he does, he'll lay right next to me. He dead ass reaches out to me with his fucking paw. And I'm like, What the fuck?
All right. Favorite holiday traditions?
Honestly, we don't really have one.
You're
Probably
so
what's
un-American.
probably what is, I guess, going to be more of a tradition going forward. Is just, with my daughter being in college and she's not staying home full time, it'll just be us actually having a fucking meal together. Is probably going to be it. Um, Although, let's see, we have been to Tennessee. I think this will be the third year in a row, like right before Christmas. So it's not really. It kind of counts. I'll go with that.
Yeah. Not so much of a holiday tradition, but Rose, my daughter, just turned 16. And it's always on, her birthday's November 2nd, so Day of the Dead. And one thing is she requests the same meal every year for like, I don't know, probably about the last 14 years, ever since she could start eating it. So it's this thing called Maryland fried chicken. It's a heart attack on a plate. Very delicious. My dad came up with it somehow. I don't know how he came up with it. I don't know. But basically what you do is you take your chicken, you're going to cube it up and whatnot, and you're going to milk bath, stick it in, breadcrumbs and whatnot. And then you fry it in a pound of butter. In an electric skillet, you fry it in a pound of butter.
Oh, God.
While that's going, you got the mashed potatoes on the stove. Once the chicken is browned and, crispy, you pour in 4 cups of heavy cream.
Oh, God.
And then you let that reduce down into like a gravy. And then when the mashed potatoes are ready, you just serve it right over top the mashed potatoes. Don't know where my dad came up with it. He may have came up with it from somebody that he saw in a cookbook or whatnot. But according to him, he created it. So I'm sticking with that for now. He said he went to Maryland one time when he was in the Navy, and that's the fried chicken they served him. He didn't know what to do, but thought it was great. So,
if her birthday is on, so first of all, I want to mention, like with Halloween and just that season, Mexico's Dia de los Muertos is probably one of my favorite versions of that holiday. Does she ever watch Coco on her birthday? Because that feels obligatory.
It's usually Book of Life.
Oh, okay.
Joaquin.
I'm actually a little bit out of the loop because there's been a lot of Pixar movies lately that I just have not watched. I think some of the more recent ones that I've seen was the sequel to The Incredibles, I was watching that for myself. I didn't give a fuck if my kids liked it or not. And actually, Zootopia was like way, way better than I really expected it to be.
They're making it too.
I heard about that.
And they're actually bringing back the same voice actors as well.
Nice. I heard one thing I was surprised at is that my son, he's 13. How fucking old is that? It's got to be what, 3-4 years old now, something like that.
About them, maybe 4 or 5, yeah.
My son, as young as he is, he was still able to pick up on the subtext that Zootopia was talking about racism, which I was impressed that he picked up on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when your son's not fucking around, he is a very intelligent young man.
That is a very key part of that. What was actually, I got to send you a picture. I don't know why he decided to do this. For Halloween, he was Men in Black.
Ooh.
It was easy for us. We actually had to go on Amazon and buy the jacket, the jacket, the pants, the shirt and tie, and the sunglasses. So it was all piecemeal, but it was fucking clean together.
Nice.
His friend gave him like this silver gun about that long, and I'm like, that's fucking perfect. That fits the aesthetic perfectly.
Should have gave him a little cricket.
The noisy cricket is only good if it launches you, and the toy gun ain't going to do that.
Depending on what's in that toy gun.
True.
I know a bunch of engineers who actually will take Nerf guns and they will modify them to the point where these things are firing at about like 120 feet per second.
God damn.
So, all right. I have no idea what the hell this means. Mike Who Cheese Harry? The fuck is that?
They fucking got you with basically one of the Bart Simpson pranks.
Mike Who? Oh, Mike Coochie's Harry. Okay. All right. Fuck them. Assholes. Fucking hate you.
That reminds me of one of my favorite sketches in recent memory that SNL did. Did you see when they were doing they went down to this, I forget what the office was, but people were like legally changing their names. Did you see that sketch?
Yeah.
They had one dude.
I'm going back to this fucking Harry Coochie, okay? I don't. Women, you maintain that area however you please. If you want it to look like if you want it to look like a 70s bush, and I mean a 1470s bush, then let it look like a 1470s bush. If you want a landing strip, go ahead. You want initials, go ahead. You want an arrow, go ahead. You want Brazilian, go right ahead. Don't care. That is up to you. That is your prerogative. You do as you do. However, if you ever feel you need a trim, our email is right down there.
I'll happily inspect. I'll say that much. Like, let me see.
As this goes in, being the fact that I mentioned the fact that this is a woman's decision on how she wants to maintain her bodily appearance, Handmaid's Tale.
I have never actually watched it. I believe my wife was watching the first season. Most of what I know is just the fucking pop culture references that we get. And of course, it's essentially just that women are basically fucking become slaves, which we're all like 3 steps removed from that already.
Yeah.
I genuinely hope we don't get to that point. I have a lot of women in my life that I love and I care for, and I don't want to see them go through that. Not exclusively just my wife and daughter. I want better than that for pretty much all the women in my life. But yeah, I never watched it or read it, so I don't know like a lot of the other nuances to the story.
So I've never read it, but I have seen all the episodes from every season thus far. Love the show for its storytelling and visual representation of what a dystopian society is going to be like. What I don't like about it is the fact that it is a very real and scary possibility, regardless of the corners. Yeah, I do love the fact that it does hit on the moments about women's rights and women being individuals. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not what happens in that area. It's like, no, you have this Gilead where the women are basically slaves. Not even those who are the handmaids. We're talking even the wives. And they're brainwashed into going along with these things. So it's great storytelling, and I'm sure the books are probably just as great in telling that story. But it's scary thinking that that could always become a possibility. So,
Yeah.
and June pisses me the fuck off. I don't care what anybody says. Just fucking go, June. Stop fucking standing there waiting for something to fucking happen or realize what the fuck has happened and just fucking go.
You describing it like that reminds me is kind of how I used to refer to oh, hang on, what is this? No, it was a headline I saw, something DJT stock sudden crash, I think it is. Which I'm not even going to try to find it. It's just something on like the taskbar of my computer. But anyway, fuck it. I love that for him. But no, what you reminded me of is kind of the way that I would describe the movie Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. Very well acted, very well written. It's very difficult for me to say that I like the movie because the subject is so fucking dark. For those of y'all who have not heard or seen this movie, Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard, they're neighbors. They're together on Thanksgiving. And their daughters just go missing for like literally months, and like Hugh Jackman is convinced of this one kid played by Paul Daly, who was the Riddler in the new Batman movie, the one with Pattinson. He's convinced that this kid knows something about it. And he goes to a really dark place to try to find their daughters. Again, very well acted, very well written, but Jesus fucking Christ, it's a dark movie. It's a very dark story.
I'll have to check it out. I've heard about it, but I haven't just check it out yet. All right, and since I got a Harry Coochie joke in there from one of our listeners, what would your best-selling novel be about?
I remember I tried at one point a long time ago to sit down and try to write something. I don't even really remember what it was about, just that it was a dystopian world. It was this dude. The only details that I remember is that this guy, you know, he like him and his best friend, they pretty much saw the world go to hell together. Then he had a son who basically had this sense of grandeur and just kind of went off on his own looking for it. And then he eventually just goes looking for his son. I don't know where I got the inspiration for this. I don't know what happened because I started writing it and then it was just gone. The Word doc was just gone. But honestly, I really don't know how good that story would have turned out. But if I was to write anything nowadays, my main interests would be either something supernatural or something just fantasy related. Like I actually made a video earlier today. I just finished the audiobook for something called The Chronicles of Thomas Covenant, the Unbeliever. Book came out in 1977. But you see a lot of parallels between C.S. Lewis and Tolkien. Now, to be fair, I don't think that he stole their ideas. I think that he just maybe had the same inspiration that they did, as everybody gets inspired by something, even Lewis and Tolkien.
Yeah.
But it would probably be a fantasy story.
I don't know. As a writer, I have several stories that are constantly going on. One that I actually started writing, when I was 17. So we're talking 33 years ago, 32 years ago. So I've been working on that. It's actually my opus. It's roughly about 6 or 7 books tied together. It's fantasy, of course. And this is also before I discovered Tolkien. I was creating languages and all sorts of other things. And then I found out Tolkien created an elven language. I was like, well, fuck, I just spent the last 30 fucking days creating my own fucking language. I could have just used that. Then I've got another one that is a kind of a suspense procedural. It follows a character that started off as a short story that has been novelized. And basically, he is an FBI agent. He's special agent, usually working in missing persons. However, he gets tied into really horrible stuff, like tracking down people who are missing, who have been abducted by serial killers or stuff like that. And then I've got another one that I'm working on. It's a dystopian future. It's called Shepherd. And the really cool thing about that is the main character is Wallace Shepard. However, the title is a little misleading because his last name is not Shepard. Shepard is an actual title and position that he held. So there's a group of military people that were called shepherds, and what they would do is they go in. They were almost like Navy SEALs, and your Marine Recon and Delta Force and Green Berets and Rangers and stuff like that. They would go in to bring people out of hostile situations, like important people or whatnot. And then after everything fell, you have the dystopian future where basically they're a scattered group living on the outskirts of a major city and stuff like that. And what they do is people start paying, to leave the city because they're being persecuted against and whatnot. And the shepherds are the ones who actually go in and start bringing them out. And it just starts this whole thing where somebody actually drinks acid water, and really cool graphic scene that I wrote up of him drinking water. But since we're talking about novels and whatnot, a lot of people don't know this. November is National Novel Writing Month. So there is a 501c3 nonprofit called NaNoWriMo. And if you're ever interested in sitting down and writing a novel, it's basically writing a novel within 30 days. You have the entire month of November. And what you do is everything, you go to the NaNoWriMo site. It's NaNoWriMo.org if you want to check it out. And we'll put that in the comments. But it's really interesting. I've done it a couple times. And usually there's an opportunity of those who reach a certain point can actually get published. So if you're looking to write a novel and you want to get started, we're only on, a couple days into November. You might be a little bit behind, but they do have a word count for each day, because I believe you have to target up to 50, maybe 60,000 words, which for those who love to write shouldn't be that big of an issue. But those who also love to write when something hits them, because I have not sat down in months to actually write anything out. So
what you actually just reminded me of, I made a video a while back. One of my mutuals on TikTok, so he has his own comic book that he actually authored, and he even hired a dude to do the artwork for him. It's called Here Walks Monsters. I'm trying to pull it up right now because I want to be able to show the artwork here. I'm just going to show the cover because I don't want to give any plot details. But the artwork is fucking amazing. It's a zombie story, but with a small twist, because so it essentially is like a parallel universe to ours, because in the opening panels, Obama is president, and the people who are being revived are the people who died during COVID.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's a very interesting twist.
I'd be down with that.
Fuck. Okay, so apparently it's not going to load here, so I may just have to take a screenshot. Maybe we can just paste it up here.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. That's not a problem.
He does have a TikTok. You can look it up. It's, what was it? Here Walks Monsters. I believe he was trying to get 500 issues for, or 500 copies for his first issue. I believe he did hit his GoFundMe goal. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll check that out too. And since you mentioned TikTok, I think it's time for a blind react.
So again, for those of y'all who don't remember, I get tons of stuff that gets sent to me, including stuff from this fucking guy sometimes. And I do right now, I literally have 200 unread messages. Not all of them are blind reacts, but the thing is that I don't open it until I am ready to record, because I want my blind react to be a true blind react. And that being said, so we're going to pull this one up, and just looking at the outfit and the comment, I already know this is about to be fucking wild.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
So, without further ado.
So the main goal is to make you wish you never commented that.
Already I love that. Not Clyde Frost.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. How was I supposed to know? That something wasn't right here. Oh, baby, baby. I shouldn't have let you go.
Oh, God.
Now you're out of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Oh, baby, baby, the reason I breathe.
So the main
Oh my
Fucky
fucking
cat.
God. Oh my God. I was not expecting all the performing, the fucking dance
Oh
moves.
shit!
Oh,
You know what
Jesus
would have been fucking great is you had fucking Kenny coming in like, it's like doing the like.
Oh my God. And the subtitles had her all the way fucked up too.
Oh fuck!
Oh
See you
Jesus.
guys. I'm going home.
I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to click that comment just to see what did she record before this. Because like I kind of want to go down this rabbit hole now, but I purposely avoid these videos in case somebody sends it to me. Because oh my God. That was a good one. Holy shit.
Wait until we get into an actual studio and I have a Rickroll button.
Oh fuck you. Oh my God. You know, they got really, really creative with those when I think it was UMC. They revoked a lot of the rights to their music, which Never Gonna Give You Up was included in that. So people had to get really fucking creative in how they did those. And some of them were really good. I know there's been one or two that you sent me. I figured it out right fucking before. Like I was like, what is this? What? Oh, no. Like, God damn
Never
it.
gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I'm actually.
Wait, do we owe Rick Astley fucking money now because he just sang part of that?
Since it was all a cappella, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
I know we talked about karaoke last week, but I'm actually surprised that the one time I've seen you do that is the only time I've seen anybody do that song. I'm actually surprised at that.
Well, I have a way of finding songs that nobody really thinks about doing. I mean, nobody touches Carly Rae Jepsen either, and I go up there and Call Me Maybe and Lady Gaga and Whitney Houston.
I know one time I was gonna try to do that because as he mentioned last week, sometimes he'll go up there and do women's songs. And Whitney is a recurring one. I tried to think of one just so you weren't left up there by yourself. I feel like it might have been Pink that I was thinking of. Because honestly, she's got a few that would be a good karaoke song.
Oh yeah, I've done Raise Your Glass, and
So What would probably be a good one.
I've done So What. I've done a couple of Pink songs. I've done a couple of Gaga songs too. But I was thinking maybe one of these days we can go up and do Islands in the Stream.
I don't actually know that one. I'll have to look that up.
Islands in the Stream, that is what we are.
Yeah, oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, I mean, no, I do remember that. Oh yeah, fucking hell. Okay, so I do know a Dolly Parton song. No, what's the other one that Bill Hader did with the one woman? I think they're supposed to be brother and sister. Fucking I'm trying to. It's like one of the. It's another '80s anthem. They've used it a lot. Hang on.
You lost me at the brother and sister part.
They're lip syncing a song.
Thompson Twins?
It might have been that. Okay, the Skeleton Twins. What the? Nothing's gonna stop us. That's what it is. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Starship.
Okay, yeah. That actually might be a funny one. We'd probably get a few side eyes, but it would be funny.
Hell, wait, is isn't it the song from Mannequin?
It says here the Skeleton Twins, but I mean it could be in Mannequin. Well, Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig were in the movie The Skeleton Twins. It could have been in Mannequin too. I'm not sure. I just looked up Bill Hader lip syncing, and that's what came up because I knew that that was the one I was thinking
I'm
of.
pretty sure
That
that's a
kind
star.
of became
I'm
a
pretty
trend.
sure that's a Starship song that was featured in Mannequin.
It is Starship. That is the right one.
Being a DJ paid off once again.
So, I guess do we want to go ahead and let's see, we're at 40 minutes. Do we want to wrap up here and hopefully tack
Well,
on?
I was just going to bring up that the final 2 episodes of Agatha All Along aired on Wednesday.
I need to go ahead and watch that, but I have heard a lot of things. I know that apparently Wiccan was literally who everybody thought it was all along. No pun intended. um, I know that she had a kiss with Lady Death, who I never thought they would introduce Death. I never did. Um, I'm actually glad that they did not introduce her sooner because, quite frankly, I like Thanos' motivations in the movie better
Yeah.
than in the comics, where he's basically trying to impress Lady Death. So I actually prefer the way that the movies did that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, well, then I won't bring it up until you watch it, and until everybody in our viewing audience has had a chance to watch it. Holy shit, wait till the very final episode because you're gonna be like, what?
The thing that I've been watching lately, season 3 of The Lincoln Lawyer dropped on Netflix, which I fucking love that show. I used to love the books from Michael Connolly. I believe Connolly actually did study actual lawyers in court to try to get his books a little bit more accurate. Matthew McConaughey did a movie a few years back, and it wasn't bad, but it flew under the radar. It was not well marketed.
I remember that movie, and then I heard about the television show coming out and was like, yeah, okay.
Well, I'm getting to the point that I prefer TV to movies because I think that they can tell a fuller story. Um, for example, I hate having to bring up Harry Potter because I know that there's so much bad juju around Rowling, which fuck you, Rowling. Um, but if you look at the movies, there's so much that they cut out because they were trying to make a 2.5 hour time frame. And a television show, 1 season per book, would have told so much more story and given you so much more to chew on. And that being said, I actually like that uh, some places are doing that. And the Lincoln Lawyer is an example. What I love about it is that I read the book so long ago that I don't remember most of the plot details. So when things happen in the show, I start to remember as it goes, but I don't remember from the onset how this is going to end. The
I'll
main
go check it
character,
out.
Mickey Haller, he's also half Mexican, which this guy actually is Mexican, and Matthew McConaughey is not. Uh, um,
That's all right, all right.
What I do like about it, though, he plays a criminal defense attorney who there has been times where he got a not guilty verdict for a guilty client, but he still found a way to fuck them over and get them on the hook for something else. So they wrote it in a way that he can still be a good moral person and do his job.
Cool. No, I definitely had to check that out. I've been hearing some things about it, so I'm just waiting for my normal television shows to come back, like The Rookie with Nathan Fillion and whatnot. But we also got Lower Decks final season that came back, and they've already aired 3 episodes. And
Wow.
I'm sorry, Lower Decks is great because it makes fun of the entire Star Trek universe. It's something people goes like, well, that's just stupid. Guess what? Lower Decks points that out. So
I love when they're
it's just,
self-aware.
yeah, it's just fucking awesome. So unfortunately, it's the final season for Lower Decks, but I'm sure it's going to be a great season. But with that being said, I know because it's late for us, even though there was a time change, but
Yeah, and I'm about to go grab something to eat here in a little bit. So, we are going to try to do a tack on with this Wednesday night, provided that we have election results. We may not. Last time it wasn't until like Saturday that we knew for
Yeah.
sure. So we may do it Wednesday, we may not. It depends on the news and it depends on our schedules. But um, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching this far. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up. It helps us out, it helps the algorithm, and feel free to check us out on our other socials, as always, which I will link in the description below.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next Friday.
Have a good one, y'all.